I feel like John Gruden. I've always wanted this job, his job. I always want to be able to sit in the quarterback room and talk to football players. And I just want to ask you one big question.
Okay.
I want you to tell me how you were raised growing up.
I was raised by my mom and dad, Robert and Stephanie Dobbs. I was the only child, so obviously being an only child, there's a lot of attention on me. And when I was younger, my parents just instilled all of the values that I use today, just about being humble, being polite, getting to know different people, and putting yourselves around different people, and learning how to interact with people from all types of backgrounds, and learning how to motivate and lead people. And so it really came from my parents at a young age. They instilled a lot of values in me, and I still use those today. And they still treat me as if I was their 10-year-old who's in third, fourth grade. But my parents, they definitely are hard on me, but it definitely, shows in how, the standards I hold for myself.
When you said that they were hard on you, explain that.
Hard as in, not to say nitpicky, but just as in they had a high standard for me, and what they felt like I could accomplish in the classroom, on the field, and in the community. So they pushed me to achieve those goals, whether it was on the football field or whether it was, giving back to the community, doing different things, service projects, or in the classroom, pushing myself and excelling and doing good in school and making school a priority. Those were the standards that they held me to, and they never changed and never wavered for anything. There's never time to make an excuse. You always have the opportunity to do everything you want to do as long as you work hard and put your mind to it.
Did that start at the very elementary level all the way up, the expectations that they placed on you?
Definitely. I remember times we were playing Pee Wee football, Pee Wee sports, and my mom's forced me to finish my homework before I go to practice, just to instill in me that school comes first, and that you're not going to play sports forever. So you have to be strong in your faith, be strong in your studies, be strong in your community, and don't let sports define who you are. So that started as a young age. I remember first, second grade, getting in trouble for trying to go to practice without finishing my homework, and my mom pushed me to get ahead, and learning how to manage my time even at that young age. It definitely helped when I got older and had less time to do more objectives, and I've obviously been able to reap the benefits of it.
Well, they tell me you were a pretty good baseball player too.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you pick football over baseball?
It was interesting. I was obviously considering playing baseball in college and obviously football in college. And I kind of sat to myself and I thought, which sport, I had a passion for both sports, so don't get me wrong, but which sport would I really be upset with myself if I didn't continue playing? And I would truly miss when I turn on the TV and see people out there playing, which one would I miss more? And it was hands down football. I've been playing both sports. I started playing baseball before football. I started baseball when I was 4.
What position?
I was pitcher because that's where the most athletic guy played when you're 4. No one hit the ball to the outfield. So I was the pitcher behind the coach pitch, and then I played infield, short, third, growing up. So
you just mentioned you're in the combine, getting ready for football.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't work, are we going to have another Tim Tebow situation here?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm praying it does work. So that's where my mind and my goals are, and that's the work ethic I'm putting in. I'm traveling between IMG and Tennessee to finish my 6 hours of class, because obviously that's a priority, and my parents wouldn't want it any other way, and I wouldn't want it any other way. And traveling to get the best training that I possibly can during this 8-week span to prepare for a job interview to change your life.
What about when it's all said and done with your athletic career?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be the first thing that you really want to jump into?
Definitely something in the aerospace world. I've been blessed to have 2 internships at Pratt & Whitney. I've kind of opened my eyes to that world. So I definitely want to get into something in that industry, whether it's with Pratt & Whitney, building engines, or a Boeing, working on airframes and structures, or Airbus, but something in that world, and definitely want to pursue those dreams.
Being an athlete, would you or could you ever see yourself wanting to be a coach?
Being a coach, it's funny. I talked with Coach Sheridan, Coach DeBoard, about that. Just during my senior year, like, could you ever see yourself coaching? And I said, I don't know, it would be interesting. Being a coach, you have to have a special level of patience that, I learned during my time in college. And if I acquired that level of patience, I could do it. But I could see myself like coaching, God willing, my son or in sports and something growing
What
up.
about if you were a college coach? What kind of standards would you have? I mean, you obviously have set the bar extremely high. How would you deal with those that maybe don't see the situation where there's so much that you can get if you're willing to pay that price?
I think you can use plenty of examples, whether it's, my story, other stories across the country, and just showing players that when you come to college, you have an extraordinary platform, and obviously you're at a young age, so you have to realize that you have that platform, which is difficult for some people. But once you get them to realize that you have to make the most of it, whether it's in the community, in your studies, or just in your play, just maximizing that opportunity, because the 4 years that you have, I know some basketball players don't even stay all 4 years. That short time that you have, you have to make the most of it, or you'll be 30, 40 looking back and regretting, why did I make the most of that opportunity? So I think getting players to realize that will definitely allow them to make the most of their opportunity and their platform in a positive way.
You've mentioned your faith. Tell me about your faith.
It started with when I was young. I've always been a follower of Christ, and I attend church up here, The Walk, with Tim Miller. I think my relationship with Tim when I got to college. When you're growing up in high school, you go to church because you've always gone to church with your parents. But when you're in college and you're on your own, and Sunday comes around, you might be tired or anything. That's when you learn, is it definitely a priority in your life? And I think coming to Tennessee, I definitely realized how strong my faith was and how big of a priority it was in my life, and my relationship with Tim, and just the one-on-one conversations I've been able to have with him throughout my times, whether it was a positive moment or an adverse moment that I was going through, really helped me grow my faith in the Lord and has helped me get to where I am today.
Can you play basketball?
I played basketball up until my freshman year in high school, and so I kind of gave it up because all sports start turning into year-round affairs. So, you play football, it goes into basketball season, and by the time you're a week into basketball season, baseball season is about to start up. So basketball is kind of the sport that was getting the short end of the stick. So I just started focusing on football and baseball.
The reason I asked that question is I'd like for you to be on my team for the rest of the year.
Okay, I'll come out there. I got to work on my shot a little bit, but I could be out there.
What I need your leadership skills, everything you've done, and it's been in the 2 years I've been here. Obviously, you've been a big part of this athletic department, and I think everybody loves you for who you are. Really, more so probably off the field. They know that you've done so much to bring this football program back, and it's been an honor for me to sit here with you today.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you.